know what I wanted to talk to you about. I want to welcome our new sponsor, 500 Level, www, shouldn't be using that, 500level.com, where they sell all sports clothing and all this wonderful stuff. And support the Monte and the Pharaoh show. Please use the code MP20, that's MP20, and get a luxurious 20% discount with 500 Level sports gear. And right now they're offering a holiday special with 10%. So that's a whole 30% off the garments. Jimmy, you just being part of their sponsorship, ordered yourself a nice little T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm acknowledging the great tribal chief. Yo, by the way,
I'm really surprised you went that route, dude. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, you know what's funny? As I was looking through, and by the way, they have a lot of great stuff for you folks out there. When you get to that site, there's a lot of good. Dude, I was tortured. You said to me, pick a shirt, and I'm like.
And by the way, it's just not wrestling, dude. It's all sports. Like, I was surprised you went wrestling. I was like, really, dude?
Well, I mean, after all, they've been kind enough to be our sponsor, and we're gonna have a partnership with them. Of course, I'm gonna do wrestling. It's a wrestling show. Sometimes it's a wrestling show, right, Mike?
Sometimes. And let's not reminder, MP20 for a luxurious 20% off of 500 Level. Welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monte Pharaoh, only seen here out of Monte's man cave and Jimmy's man cave. Dude, I know you just revealed to me that the new cuts of the new album have come out. I want you to speak to it. I'm a little melancholy, man, because I love our intro, but I want to hear some new Wisteria Hall music, and I want to put that as a new opening theme. I'm excited but sad. How's that?
Well, I don't know what the problem. Why you have a problem with riding high all of a sudden? What do you?
I don't have a problem. Did I say that? I said I'm melancholy,
well,
right?
Like, I have the urge to. I have the urge to replace the theme. Well, thank God it's not some some dippity do shit theme like with some janitor that does reggae in his spare time. Go on.
That's it. That's all you got.
I thought that was pretty good.
I'm asking about your new music, man. What's up? What's up?
Well, what's up is we've completed the tracks. But when I was in New York the last time, little did I realize I'd be back in New York permanently. But here I am, and I love New York. Can I throw that in?
Absolutely.
I didn't realize when I was up here the last time we cut it over 3 days. We had already had rhythm tracks and basic tracks done for quite a while. But when you move away, it gets kind of hard to do stuff. And when I was there the last time, we had 3 days, three cuts, 3 tracks, all vocals. Just a lot of it was organic too. It was like we had an idea of what we wanted to do with lyrics, but I kind of let life dictate lyrics, Mike.
Yeah.
In my case, I found that to come in very, very, very handy in my case. So very excited about the songs. I think you'll like them. There is can I use the term that they abuse nowadays? There's a banger on there that you'll like.
Please don't use that word.
I know. But
crazy.
You know what? I do have some cool people that are friends. I'm friends with across the pond. Well, friendly with, not friends. We've defined what friends are.
Is that where banger comes from, across the pond?
I think it does. I have a feeling it comes from across the pond. I think so. I don't think we're clever enough to come up with banger. To tell you the truth, we just come up with something.
Banger, all right.
What do we come up with? Lit or fire? That's fire. I remember when you started saying that. I thought to myself, look at Mike trying to stay young. He's using it. That's fire.
When did I use fire?
I've used it in regular conversation. I hear you using it. That's fire. Oh, that's lit. And then when I said mint, you basically called me,
Well, come on, man. You can't be
you
using
know,
mint, dude. You just can't be
no,
doing
because
it.
it's totally tubular and outdated, right? Totally. So,
I want to remind everybody that we've got Kerry Morton coming on within the next couple of weeks. Next Friday, we've got the return of Monte Janette.
okay.
We got
Is
Al
are we friends with Marty nowadays? I don't know what's going on with Marty. Marty's coming back and forth.
I've had some issues with Marty. We haven't really
Really?
talked about it, so you want to talk about it real
Yeah.
quick, or?
I'm very confused. All right. I don't know what's going on with Marty, but that kind of sums up my whole time with Marty.
All right,
So
so I know Marty used to write you all the time, right? So
what?
Marty's
Me?
got a yeah. You used to
No.
text back and forth to Marty. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
what's in a
Stop it.
blue moon way back? Don't make it out like Marty and I are like hanging out at the local burger joint. So
Well, I will tell you this: Tony Atlas left me a message. He wants to come on the show because he wants to make an open challenge to Rajah Jackson
oh,
and the
okay.
Big Jackson. He wants to take that guy on too. What do you think? Can Tony take these fucking guys or what?
Can Tony take Rampage Jackson?
Yeah,
What do
Tony
you?
wants to challenge him. I
Well,
don't know.
I don't like the sound of it. How's that sound?
Well, we don't have prime Tony Atlas. I mean, with all due respect, guy's in
Yeah.
great
Can I
shape, but
have?
he is like 60 something. I mean,
No, he's strong. He's strong as shit. It's got nothing to do with it. It's just that's Rampage Jackson. I don't know, man. I don't like the sound of it.
I don't know. It'd be great to
Does Tony
promote that.
get? Does
Anyway,
Tony
back
get to
back.
use? Does he
Good.
get to use foreign objects? Like he likes high heels and stuff. Does
We
he get
can
to use
jump in.
those?
We can help. We
Hold
can
on a second.
attack.
Would you get off of me? We're
Come
live
on.
right now. Stop it. Oh
Bring
my
him
god,
in.
bro.
There. Oh my God! Look at that. What's the name of
Bruce
that
is
kitty?
out. Bruce is out of control right now. Bruce, is
Bruce
there
is
anything you
under.
want to say to the wrestling audience out there? Yeah, wrestling sucks, Bruce. Bruce, come on, Bruce. That's not appropriate. You
Well,
stop that right now.
Bruce also wanted to make the announcement that Princess Victoria will be coming on.
Wait, hold on. You know what? Bruce was so engaged in your announcement, he just ran off and decided to play with the toy. That's
There
it.
you go. So I was
He's
making the
he's all
announcement.
over it.
Princess Victoria will be on our network.
What?
Yeah, Princess Victoria. That
Bro,
fucking there's an
Can we
headdress.
get Tim Talltree from back in the Olympic Auditorium days that nobody remembers besides me?
No, dude. I can't anymore.
What with
John,
this circus? Neither can I.
John McCarter up there. Jimmy thinks that you're a stalker. Is that true, guy? What's up there, man?
Why don't you let me? Why don't you let me say it?
Yeah, say it.
Yeah, like
He's
I
on
don't
right now.
I don't know what his deal is. I have no idea. And if you find this offensive, I apologize. But why are you constantly writing in going, did I miss your stream?
Well, he didn't miss it now. He's on.
Well, I'm glad he's on now, but I'm just curious. Are you going to write afterwards and go, did I miss your stream? And then say nothing else except, how are we? I'm finding you to be a little strange. That's all I'm saying. All right. I already
People are
know I'm strange, so
strange
it's not like it
when
is
you're a
you
stranger.
know,
Faces
uh,
go ugly.
you
So
gotta bring Morrison into
anyway,
this.
big news to the network. Probably the greatest star we'll ever have. Princess
Yes,
Victoria will be on our channel. We are
you're
so
full of
excited.
shit. It's not the biggest star we've ever had. What the fuck's wrong with you? Stop it,
Dude, I
Bruce.
don't want no fucking raggedy ass bitch that wears an Indian outfit
Would
that
you
goes on every
stop?
podcast. Who the fuck
What is
needs
that?
that bitch?
What is? Oh God.
Come on, man. She sounds like looks like half a wildebeest. I don't want her on this fucking show.
Half? What happened to the other half?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Half a wildebeest.
She needs to
Half
go
a,
on a show. She needs to go on a show where the host looks like an 80-year-old trying to be 20. Is there a show out there like that?
There's probably too many of them. Go on.
All right. Anyway, Brian Blair. What were your thoughts
Yeah.
on our interview with Mr. Blair?
Oh well. Look, while we just spent the last 5 minutes riddling bullets into this laughathon that usually we're surrounded by in this business, Brian is one of the very rare ones that has always been very kind and very up to his word. I know for a fact he does a lot of great work behind the scenes. I just know it for a fact. He's a really good man. And if there were more of him, we would probably have a lot less of the trash we have to swim through on the internet every week.
Well, if you missed the interview, it was a pretty emotional interview. He kind of debunked. He didn't He debunked Bubba the Love Sponge's bullshit, which was good.
Yeah,
So you know, the whole
that
Brooke
will
Hogan
continue.
thing. In case you missed it, he debunked that. Because she went on Bubba the Love Sponge and said that that she tried to build her relationship back with her father, and he's saying that is absolutely not true, right? I mean,
Right.
that's what he said, right? I'm not making
Yeah.
that up, right?
No, no. I still don't know what to, I know it's very personal to him, and I didn't expect him to really delve too far deep into it because it is personal. But I've always felt like Brooke wanted and expected way too much out of her father. Her father did some amazing things for her, unless I missed something. Look, I'm a musician. I have spent my whole life playing dives and then top level clubs and then theaters or whatever. I've done well, but I never got the opportunities that were handed to Brooke Hogan, who's not even a musician. And come on, that's her father. Stop it. He did some amazing stuff for her. I think at the end of the day, when Brian was saying how she had separated herself from the family, that I can't say I understand it, but I think I can
Well,
comprehend it. Comprehend it.
why do you comprehend that
I
though? Why?
comprehend it because I think at some point in Brooke's mind, and it doesn't happen very often. I guess it would depend on the celebrity I could point out, but she became a celebrity. I think she wanted absolutely nothing to do with any of it, and now is just. I
Well,
think she erased the family for the same reason that not the same reason, but the same motivations that Morrison walked away from a family to do the Doors. She walked away from the public eye to get the hell away from.
here's my
I don't
concern,
know.
dude.
It's
She
weird.
told some stories, and Brian Blair
Yeah, and
was not agreeing with those stories.
and then she
Again,
talks,
where
which is yeah.
is it just a scenario, Jimmy, where it's not
Uh,
black and white and it's just gray,
I
and
think I
we'll
think
never
she
know the
stayed
truth?
angry at her. I think she stayed angry at her father.
For
Why would
what?
you?
For
Why would
what?
you? I don't know. How would I know? The bottom line is that's the vibe I get is that she's mad at dad. She's been made at that, and it's probably unreasonable too. A lot of it is probably very unreasonable. Sounds like her mom was awful towards her.
Well,
So
there's
it's
the
like I
thing.
really
So
don't. Maybe she just wanted
if
more
you
from him.
listen to her on Bubba the Love Sponge,
Yeah,
and you're a Hulk Hogan fan, it kind of makes you feel maybe Terry Hulk Hogan wasn't the greatest guy. So when Brian kind of said, "Nah, this isn't true,"
right.
then you kind of wonder, like, what the fuck happened? But he said she just didn't want anything to do with them anymore, and maybe.
Yeah,
Listen, dude, the dude was cheating on his wife all the time. Okay, you understand that it happens.
yeah,
Men get, women, they get tired of each other. So maybe that bothered her. And according to her, her mother was abusive. Now, again,
yeah.
if she lied about trying to get her father to come back into her life and he refused, and Brian's saying opposite, I don't know what to believe.
Well, you know what? Linda's nutty too. So, like, I don't know how far the apple rolled from the tree when it comes to Brooke and Linda. I really don't.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Jimmy. If you were married, I'm putting
Mm-hmm.
you in a different place. If you were married and your spouse was consistently cheating on you, but you didn't want to leave because you have a certain type of lifestyle. I
No,
mean, couldn't
no,
that make you
no.
nutty?
Yeah, no, none of that would work. You don't
Could you
stay.
understand it though?
No, I don't understand staying. Not in her case. She could divorce him the first time he cheated, and he's worth a fortune then too. So what's the difference? You're going to get something for it one way or the other. You don't hang around it. You don't patronize it. You don't do that. Don't you have any self worth? You don't do that.
Well, let's
You
stay on Hogan for a
don't
minute.
do that.
Yesterday afternoon, we had former WWE superstar Karrion Cross in here. I understand he's no Princess Victoria, but he was on the show. Let's play what he had to think about Hulk Hogan, and he's a younger generation guy.
Unfortunately, I wanted to get your thoughts on. It's really disturbing me that Hulk Hogan cannot rest in peace. Any thoughts on Hogan? What he meant to you? What he didn't mean to you? His death and the all the fallout for one of America's true heroes. When I was a kid, growing up there in the '80s. Any thoughts on Hogan?
Yeah, I see it from all sides. I actually feel the worst for people who have a personal relationship with him that can't grieve or talk about him publicly. I feel really bad for them, man, because it's like, I don't know, that's somebody's father, that's somebody's uncle, somebody, you know what I mean? Like to try to talk about him publicly and be attacked. I feel bad for them. I also feel bad for people that knew him that felt slighted for the stuff he said. And I never even knew that he said all of that stuff. I actually found out about it in 2020. I'm not like the sharpest guy when it comes to keeping up with a lot of social stuff going on in general. I kind of live in a little bit of a bubble, admittedly.
Mhm.
But I'm glad at least that I was able to have him as a part of my childhood watching wrestling growing up. I had that, which I thought was cool. And he's responsible for much of the success of the business in a way where a lot of people can make a living in it right now, presently. It's a shame that this stuff that happened is going to follow him.
Carrying Cross, Jimmy, thoughts?
Very well spoken. Very hard to argue with. He sees both sides of the coin, and that was really well said. I couldn't disagree with anything he said there. He was a great talk too.
Gotta tell you, guy
He was a great
pressed the
talk.
living shit out of me, Jimmy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We only had a
Yeah.
short time with him, guys. He's doing his book tour, and of course, he only goes on the top shows on the networks. So, if anyone doesn't believe we're a top show, there's your answer. Let me just keep patting ourselves on the back because that's what we do here at
Wait,
Monte
wait a minute.
Pharaoh.
Hold on. He's not on with Princess Victoria next week?
No, he is no Princess Victoria. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not get ridiculous. Old school.
Can you make the cat say?
The cat thinks the business is an absolute travesty. The cat wants treats. That's what the cat wants. Would you get off me? I mean, God, this cat. Go on.
So it still bothers me of all the people that did not show up for the tribute. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, New Day. Paul Heyman not showing up is still bothering the shit out of me, Jimmy. I don't get it. I am shocked. This guy, I mean, listen, I certainly understand if you're Jewish and you've been oppressed, which the Jews have, you're African American. I totally get that too. If you're homosexual, I get that too. But again, the guy's human. He certainly, without a doubt, you can call him a racist, right? Because if the words come out of your mouth, it's one way or another. You're an anti. Brian said, there isn't one person on the planet that in a bad time, something didn't come out of their mouth, whether it was towards Italians, Irish, Jews, Catholics, whites, blacks, Chinese. And I challenge anybody in our chat right now to say that they haven't had a moment. But the fact of the matter is,
Mike, that's the difference. I don't think Hogan was a racist. I think he had racist thoughts, just like we all have. Continue.
Well, Jimmy, let me ask you this: if you use a racist word, are you a racist?
You are thinking in racial terms. Does it make you a racist? I mean, to me, a true racist is the extreme, just like anything else.
And Yard Ape says, "Don't forget about Polish jokes, right?"
Yeah,
how many people haven't told the Polish joke? I mean, come on now.
It's open season, and you know what? Yeah, it links to me. But I'll tell you what. Once upon a time, having the name Karen was perfectly normal. Anybody stop to think what it's done to people named Karen?
That's true. That's a great point, Jimmy. That's
a
legit point, bro. That is a legit point.
I couldn't be more serious. And Mike, I know you'll downplay this, but back in the day, with Wally World and Marty Moose and Vacation, anybody named Wallace was going to have a rough day at the office.
Absolutely. Listen, man. So here's the thing. Someone makes a racist comment. Yes, in the pure form of it, you're a racist.
It's a form of racism.
But in reality of it,
you're not Hitler.
You're probably not. Like,
you're not.
We're friends with
David
Tony Atlas. We're friends with Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas is a black.
Murdoch.
Tony Atlas is a black man, right?
Yeah. Last I checked.
Right. And right. And we've had conversations about this. And the fact of the matter is that words are said through emotion and anger and upsetting. And you know what? I
And
think,
division. And
yeah, and
division.
division. Yeah, sure.
People forget that we all are born into division. We're all born into it, and then we want to judge each other like, oh, how dare you think that way? What are you talking about? What, we all didn't grow up in neighborhoods where if you went to the next block, guess what it is? Or if you went to this block, guess who lives over there? Blah, 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 blah. It's always been that way. And
Well,
it's the same way it's the same way in jail, too, by the way.
and by the way,
Same
Jimmy,
way.
I'm going to say this, and
We
I
subdivide.
I need your opinion on this.
Yeah.
I have my whole life respected people that were on the left side of the road and on the right side of the
You
road.
try.
I've never respected people that drove the middle of the road, because in the middle of the road, when the shit hits the fan, they're nowhere near you. So guess what? I'd rather have somebody that thinks one way against me or with me. But when you act like, and the reality of it, you'll just go wherever the wind blows you, and you know most recently who I'm fucking talking about, right?
Well, there's been many over the course of our time doing this, but I'll go deeper than that. Okay, Switzerland. What you're basically saying is that you don't like when someone plays Switzerland, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that during the world wars, that Switzerland, they didn't get that saying by accident. I'm gonna hammer home to me what the definition of evil is. And sometimes it can appear of driving right down the middle, like you said. Switzerland got cash from both sides and helped both sides. What do you think about that?
Because
I find that to be
that's the problem. People only want to take care of themselves and do things for themselves.
And you wonder why the bullshit exists and continues. Don't wonder.
Listen, you know what, Jimmy, I gotta have to do this, and I know you hate when I go down this road. I'm not even mentioning names.
I was talking about Switzerland. What are you doing?
I got it. But I'm going to send this to. I'm going to put my glasses on because we're going to talk about something else. But I'm going to say this to R.J. Hudson, who we love, right?
Okay.
I'm just going to use him because and Jason Morning, right, who we love. We respect you. We thank you for coming on all the time. And here's a point, guys. I will say this, and this will be the last time I'm going to say it. The other guy and his show that he's doing now, that no one is there. This guy talked trash about so many people for so much time, and now he's befriending them again because that's the game he played, whatever was good for him. So if you don't understand why the falling out happened, me and Jimmy keep it real. When me and Jimmy fight, right, we keep it real with each other, respectfully, but at least we know at least he knows if I'm mad about something, I'm not fucking going to the left or going to the right around him, and the same with him.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, what about a couple of weeks ago, you and me? Oh, never mind.
Well, but that fucking guy, it has turned out to be a low-life, dirty snake. And you know what? Now all the guys that he hated, he's having him on his show. I mean, look, man, again, if you want to go out on your own, go out on your own. But the falling out basically came from him trying to fuck our channel, right? That's what he was doing. And I caught on to it and I called him out on it and he left. And then he went and befriended all the enemies of the state that, again, goes back to the beginning when we saw it coming anyway and we knew better, right? So whatever, dude. I'm not going to talk about him because he's fucking useless. But I got to tell you, again, when you break bread with people, you're a fucking Judas. That's all I'm going to say, right? Okay, let's get to more important shit.
All right.
By the way, I want to thank Brian Blair again for coming on and Carrying Cross. We're rocking it. This last quarter is going to be crazy. But back to Marty Jannetty, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah. So let me put my glasses on now because I'm not going to go to the next.
Mike, can I get this in real fast?
Go ahead, man.
You had your say about stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what I feel. And many times guys have been brought on our channel, and I most of the time I don't want anybody on our channel. I want us to be on our channel, and if there's something that makes sense, like once upon a time Tony Atlas had a good show on our channel, or Marty even had stuff on our channel, stuff like that. If it makes sense, yeah. But when I see, you know, the Evan Ginsbergs of the world and the Joe Schmo. What a lousy day it is anytime I see your mug. You know, that's the kind of stuff that makes me go, wait a minute. I thought that I'm just confused. I don't understand why, you know, if you look, one thing's for sure, if you don't like somebody, we've always been like, unless you make good with them, we're not going to fucking go out of our way I'm not understanding a lot of it, you know. I don't know how much sense I'm making, but like, you
No,
know,
you listen, dude. You're making a lot
it's
of sense.
frustrating. It's frustrating to me now. Like, I will say that I think you give that person you're talking about way too much. I just think that he wanted to go his own way. He went his own way. I don't think there was any grand master plan. I don't think there was anything like that. What I do agree with you on that I can't stand is what is with the 350-day guy and what is with all of a sudden here's the guy that, and it is true. Couldn't
Because
stand those guys. So what?
he
I don't
goes
understand that.
where he thinks he could get something, right?
I don't know.
He
I
listen,
don't.
dude. Everybody's got problems. The dude's a 70-year-old guy who wanted to
I
be
don't.
famous and he never struck gold.
I have no
And he
idea what he
got a
wanted to
little
be.
love
He's
from some
doing what he's
people who
doing.
say blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden he thinks that maybe at 70 years old he's going to be discovered. It's like whatever, dude.
I don't know any of
Yeah,
that.
I
I
know.
don't know.
Whether you
I have
know or
no
not,
idea.
I know. I know these people. I could smell them out. I could sniff them out, and I could taste them out. And here's the
Right.
deal: it goes back to the time that you and me were in Florida, and we saw Mike Mantor, and
Mm-hmm.
he found out Mike Mantor was there, and he drove his fucking 3 hours so he could take pictures with him and tell everybody that Mike Mantor was his fucking best friend. I mean, I should have realized it then.
Oy.
Okay, I should have known then. Whatever. Don't give a shit.
Well, let me know the next time you got an idea to bring somebody on the channel, please.
It's not happening. So. All right, dude. Parents of the children killed in the Catholic school shooting speak out real quick, and then I'll ask you to chime in because more travesty, more important travesty. Two students killed were an 8-year-old boy who loved the fish and cook, and a 10-year-old girl known for her laughter and kindness. So let's bring up the culprit here, the murderer. What are you thinking, Jimmy?
We're gonna. Oh, he killed himself, right?
He killed himself. Well, not
He.
to make light of this, I got to be 100% honest. When I saw this picture this afternoon, because my
Yeah.
wife had, I'm at work, right? So I'm not watching the news, and my wife works from home. She's like, oh, there was a shooting in Minneapolis. So I finally had a chance to read the news, and I saw this picture. And I am trying to be funny, but I'm not trying to be funny. But I swear to God, guys, when I saw this picture, this is the first thing I thought of. Mask.
Wow.
The Cher movie. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, dude. Look at
Yeah.
that. Look at that.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. What is that, the dude from Mask? I mean, seriously.
Interesting. Interesting. Have the trans people condemned this action?
I have not heard from the trans people.
Where's
This
that?
was an anti-Trumper
Yeah.
who
How surprising.
changed. Well, see, this is what I'm talking about, right?
How
Where
surprising.
the agenda. If this was a Trump supporter,
Oh, forget it.
forget about it, right?
Yeah, forget it. Well, at least this monster had the decency to take itself out, so we don't have
Wait
to
a
waste our
minute.
tax dollars on.
This is where I'm going to disagree with you. You know what?
Oh, you
If you have
wanted
the
well,
audacity
what do
to
you think?
take,
What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? You think it's going to get executed? Is that what you think? How much tax dollars? How much tax dollars? How long is that trial going to go? And how much is the media going to love every second of that? He did us a favor. It did us a favor. Bye. I hope you went immediately to the oven downstairs. Carrot Top. Now you thought Mask. I thought Carrot Top. So I guess we're in line
we're
somewhere.
copacetic here.
Sam. What's his name? Who's that awful guy in WW? Whatever. He's terrible. Sam Roberts.
Sam
There he is.
Roberts.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to throw you
Let
in
me ask
there.
this
Or did
question.
I?
Let's get a little deep on this one, right?
Yeah.
When someone has this feeling inside where either they're a man that thinks they're a woman or a woman that thinks they're a man, and again, I'm not condemning that at all. Okay, I am not.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
My point is, you're born a man and you're born a woman, right?
Uh-huh.
These are facts biologically,
Last
right?
I checked,
How
yeah.
you feel inside is a whole different ball of
Right,
wax.
right.
But I would challenge the fact that if someone does want to change their gender, that they at least should seek some psychological help, because clearly, when this is, again, this is not the first transgender that shot up a place, right?
No, it's not. Apparently, there's a paper trail.
So the maybe there's deeper rooted issues that we should be going into on this
Well,
situation.
you know what's even sicker about the whole thing?
I'm gonna put
I
my
mean,
glasses on so I can read comments as you're talking.
statistically, they're a very tiny portion of this country, but you'd think with the media that they're 8 out of 10. And if this agenda hadn't been rammed down the public's throat, forcing more division within the country, perhaps this wouldn't be so magnified and people wouldn't be like so. I don't know. I think we really, the media allowed this to become way more than it ever should be. Live your life, do whatever the fuck you want, and stay the fuck off my lawn. I'm not interested.
Brian
Nothing wrong.
Starr
Nothing
says
wrong with that.
does transgenders need mental health? This is the 5th or 6th shooting that a
Quite
transgender
possibly.
gender has done in school. Well done, sir. That's what we're talking about.
Quite
Maybe
possibly.
there's got to be going on here.
Yeah, but we shut down all the psychiatric centers. We decided that it's better off to give somebody a pill and let them figure it out at home.
Jay Will says that Democrats are very violent. They went to take their Second Amendment rights away and maintain, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And trust me, if the shit ever hit the fan, the first thing they'd be looking for is a right winger with a gun.
Yard Ape says, LOL, Sam Roberts.
Yeah, sorry
I don't get the
Sam.
whole Sam Roberts thing either. He's not a
Never
good-looking guy, and he has an annoying voice, right?
Hold on, the cat wants to chime in. He's
wanna-
fucking homely. Homely. He's homely. Ah! Get me out of here. Get going. Cat's a wild man. He's wild. Reminds me of the Wolfman. You remember the Wolfman, Mike?
Jason Morning
70s?
says that thing had a manifesto and the video that creep Recco. I can't read with these glasses, but anyway.
I can't read.
I don't know, Jimmy.
I'm being mauled here. Nobody cares. Stop.
Nobody cares a cat is mauling you.
Cat
Can
is
control your
killing me.
fucking cat, dude.
I had
Seriously.
to do Gilligan's Island tonight, too. I decided to do the beach bum. No shoes on. This cat is having a field day. Oh, toes.
It's just attacking your
Oh, it's killing me.
Oh, toes.
And they itch, too, these damn cat scratches. Oh, there he is right there.
Rocky Dennis. Love
Tell
it.
you what, though. What is it? All right. You want to go really deep?
Let's go.
Where is God when that's happening? Where is he?
You know the answer to that. Come on, guy.
What, he's busy?
Stop. He doesn't get involved. Or
It
she
is
doesn't
true.
get
It
involved.
was said so that he wouldn't get involved after a certain point in time.
Right? You let your children play, right?
Said the miracles are finished. So watch what you boast about.
Yeah, let your children play.
Oh, look at you quoting Morrison. I really wasn't that good a singer.
The point is, and I agree, is that you have a right to be whatever you want to be, but get some fucking psychological help. And again, it doesn't mean that, regular males or regular females don't kill people, right?
They do.
It is what it is.
Again, we've closed the doors to all of that. We did that during the 90s. Those buildings need to be reopened. I'm sorry. There's a lot of sick people out there.
Why did they close it? Why did they close psychologically? They just want to feed people with medicine or what?
They closed it because the states determined, and then the government, of course, worked with them. They determined that it was cheaper, especially with the development of drugs like Thorazine and stuff like that, to self-medicate at home. That they could make more money just selling the drugs and not having to run immense facilities like Kings Park, which was a city, had its own train station, had its own fire department, had its own post office, had its own everything. So they just decided, we'll cut the cost. And then they walked out of the whole. Can you believe that campus sits there empty? That could have been a college campus.
Me and the wife talk about it. It's so far gone now, dude, that they can't do anything with it. Guys, we're talking about Kings Park Psychiatric Center. It's like, you can make a casino out of that thing. You could make a park. You could make a zoo. It's so big, but it's so far gone with the asbestos and everything else. To try to rebuild that thing would be billions and kabillions of dollars. They would return
Right.
on investment would be nothing. I want to go back to this last thing though, dude.
Yeah.
When you talk about pure evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
You took the lives of children.
Yeah.
Children, dude.
Yeah. No, I can't. No, I can't even. I can't relate. I can't comprehend. I mean, I know that evil is overwhelming and it makes you do sick shit. But my God, first you didn't know what was between your legs, and then you decided to do that. And you're telling me that we don't need psychiatric centers?
Well,
That
if
self
you
medication is the
if you
answer?
think about it, Jimmy, right? An 8 and a 10-year-old, and then we still, like you brought up with Brian Blair, got people defending Chris Benoit
Right.
that there's no proof that he
Right.
killed a child. A
Right.
child.
Right.
You
And the
ended
mother.
a child. They didn't have a chance to do anything.
No.
Nothing. Not
Which
that it's
is
any better that you take a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old or a
no.
70-year-old. But the fact of the matter is we're supposed to be protecting our children, man.
Right. Which takes us in a full circle back to Heyman's response towards Hogan, because I've seen Heyman on video destroying people who defend Chris Benoit, because he said exactly the thing you just said. They didn't have a choice that night. Fuck that motherfucker. Why such a hard? He took the proper hard stance with Benoit. Why such a hard stance? What did Hogan ever do to you?
Well,
You can't put
I
the
thought
both of them.
Brian was very articulate in what he said, Jimmy. He said that Hogan protected his spot. And you know what? I don't think anybody in this chat room, you, me, would be indifferent that we would be protecting our spot, right? You're trying for money, you're trying for fame. And guess what? Sometimes you got to bury people. I mean, this is business, bro.
Yeah, that it is.
Some of the greats, man, some of the greats, they buried people. It's kill or be killed. And not literally, by the way.
Right.
Jay Will says, if you're not filled with the Spirit of God, you will be filled with the spirit of Satan. This former human being was probably the child of a secular humanist. People don't believe or read the Bible. You know what? Moral compass. You know what? If there is no God, and which many people do believe, Jimmy, the least religion brings is organization, right?
Yeah. I mean, the basic moral codes are clearly instructed. See, but I don't want to get so deeply into this though, because this will be probably very confusing to a lot of people. I don't believe that God is the God that is taught in Sunday church. I don't think it's accurate. I think that the book itself is very accurate, and I don't understand why they don't hammer home the fact that God gets angry. He does. He's very angry. Does a lot of things, and that's where the people who criticize the Bible attack the Sunday churchgoers, because they're going, "You guys are hypocrites." Blah blah blah. In a way, the teaching is not accurate.
Wait a minute. Are you
Full
trying to say
understanding
then I'm a pretty good person then because I get angry? I have a
the
good
full,
heart, but I get angry,
what
right?
I'm saying is that good people get angry, and what I always found very annoying, that it was not taught in school, in Bible school or whatever. I taught it, and I taught it well enough where the kids went home and they weren't discouraged at all. I talked about when Jesus walks into the temple and sees that everybody is selling wares in the holy house, and he goes wild, ties up a whip of cord and goes to town. Drives. I love how pleasantly they put it. Drives everybody out of the temple. You think that was accomplished with nonviolent means?
No.
Stop. Understand your Lord, or if you're just reading it, understand that everything you're being told is not entirely reflective of what the truth of the book is telling you. So I did my best not to go too deep into the pool, but I don't believe that the God that's being taught on Sundays is truly the God of the Bible. It's not that cut and dry. It's really not. It's as complicated as everyday struggles that we go through between good and evil. But the answers are there. You got to look.
I wanted to go back to Marty Jannetty. I know I'm switching fairly quickly here, dude, but
That's fine.
here's the thing with Marty. Marty, you know, we've been friends with Marty for a while, and Marty's taking his shot at podcasting and everything else. But Marty, you know, he'll be on Friday, and, you know, I try to take Marty with a grain of salt, right? But Marty has this bad habit of when he doesn't like something to put you on blast. And he's done that not with you, Jim. He's done that with me numerous
Okay.
times. Okay. And
Okay.
I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. And I told him that.
Describe blast. Like, what do you go through when it
So
happens?
for example, I don't know, we'll do a video with Demolition and we talk about Marty Jannetty, and he'll get
Right.
all fucking bent out of fucking shape about the video, and he'll
It's
fucking
free
write me.
publicity. What's he
Or
talking
he'll
about?
he'll call me and say, take down this video and do this and do that. And
Take
but
down
it's not
what?
like, it's not
For
even
what?
polite. It's like, you know, whatever. And
With all the stuff
Marty,
that
what's that?
with all the stuff that's flown out of his mouth over the years, not just on our show and stuff, why would he be worried about taking down anything?
Well, because here's the thing, and I said this to Marty. I said, you think you're
people.
better than everybody, Marty. You
What?
do. I've heard him on interviews make fun of 9-to-5ers. You and I have discussed this before,
Right.
privately and on the channel.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't appreciate that. And I've never blasted him. But, you know, if we do, you know, we ask a question about him, you know, it's all of a sudden like we're not loyal to him. We're tearing him up, that type
I
of
don't
thing.
know what he's talking about.
So he's put me on blast, you know, privately, you know. And I told him, I'm like, you know, I'm fucking tired of this shit, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm not privy to all of that. I know he calls you a lot. I haven't talked to Marty in forever. You know, the last time I remember it was really bad blood was when it was documented. Everybody can look it up, you know, but since then, I take Marty with, like you said, a grain of salt. What else? You never know if Marty's working you anyway. It's just,
Listen, but here's the thing.
know?
We already spoke about we really don't have friends in this business, right? We're each other. We're each other's friends. That's it. It's all we got. But the fact of the matter is, right, there's a mutual respect there. And then when you don't respect me or respect my partner or respect this show, like we respect you. Listen, dude, if you're famous, we're gonna ask questions. I mean, you can't come on our show and tell us you murdered someone, right?
Well, after
That's
that,
where
how could anything? After that, how could anything be take that down?
Yeah, exactly.
After that,
Exactly.
take that down. It's just like, okay, what does it top? I killed somebody behind the bowling alley. I mean, no, I don't.
You know what, Jimmy? You're 100% right. Does it top that? Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's look, I got so much going on in my own personal life. The whole wrestling circle shenanigans, brother. You got to keep me going because it's just like this shit just makes me laugh.
Dude, you know, and I try to give him advice too, right? It's like, you know, Kevin Nash does really well. Jim Cornette does really well, right? So Marty was struggling, but I'm like, dude, because your choice of co-host are awful. It's like you can't bring on some schmuck that thinks he's going to be a wrestler, man. Right. All the co-hosts that are doing success with these guys understand that they have to take a back seat. Look at Todd Gordon's co-host. He takes a back seat, right? That's because he keeps picking these guys. I mean, his new guy is the guy who did the Von Erich podcast. And you heard Holly, there was a falling out on it. A guy didn't pay them or some shit, ran off with the fucking money or some shit like that.
Right.
Gotta start making some real decisions, bro.
Well, Marty's obviously made some bad ones over the years. You know, I also think that Marty is, what's the right word? I would tell him myself.
Shut up and wrestle.
He's not concentrated enough. He doesn't just pick something and fucking just moves on to something else, moves on to this, moves on to that. Oh, I got this, I got that, I got that. Marty, just pick something and fucking do it. If you want to do a show, and I always laugh when I see other people trying to do shows. I'm like, when you do a show, you better be able to do it for the long haul. Otherwise, you're going to wind up just quitting.
Well, Jimmy, so that's the whole other thing, dude. If you're going to do it, do it. But some of these guys, they just think it's a fucking game. Like, oh my God, I got to actually do work. And the scary part to me, Jimmy, is this, you know, listen, it's not easy. There's work involved, but it's like, it's so hard to go on air and talk about yourself. And while people listen to you and chat and you go back and forth, that seems like kind of fun to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so, people have wondered why over the years I continue to do this. We've taken a lot of heat over the years. We joke it off like, oh, the Howard Sterns and whatever. But people have asked me over the years, why do you continue to do this? Because number one, it's art. Number two, art is fun.
Yeah.
If this wasn't here to take me away, as stressful as this can be, and we both know it's a business, this gets very stressful. If this wasn't here to take me away from what's really going on out there for me, oh my God, are you kidding me?
I'm in the same boat.
You know?
Again, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I think I could clearly say this with a clear conscience. Every person that has supported us, Jimmy and I have the utmost respect for. We write. Look, we agree and don't agree, right? We don't play that. We believe in what we play, but we try to be respectful. But we respect everybody that supports us. We're not here to become we'd like to make money off of this, or decent money off of it, and we keep trugging, but we enjoy it, and we enjoy doing this with everybody and bringing some people some entertainment. But these other guys, they're just like, a lot of them aren't in it. They're in it just whatever. They could give a fine fuck what anyone's got to say, is my point, I think.
Yeah. Well, we've always wanted to be creative and be entertaining, and I think we found ways to do that over the years. And
listen, dude,
now look, we got a new co-host now. Look at that. There you go, right there.
You know what? We're gonna have to put him on the thumbnail. That's for
tell you
damn
what,
sure.
he's a lot better looking than Frankenhead. Tell you that.
Frankenhead. Oh, back in the fucking saddle. Let's talk about this shit.
In the ring, tensions boil over, crossing lines into unexpected violence.
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't sell it?
What's that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro. No, we're good. I know you will.
No.
We're good. We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that, bro.
Hello?
Double leg that motherfucker and start welding. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it care of this.
I'll call you back later.
What?
Sorry about that. I had to switch it over. So I know we watched this yesterday before the Karrion Kross interview.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that whole deal?
Did anything happen further as far as what's going on?
So there's been some video where they show Raja Jackson and Syko Stu.
Yeah.
And basically they're like, they're getting along, but then supposedly the promoter was kind of goading it on. And there's a lot of misinformation there. Now you got Baby Doll, who we have utmost respect for. Sees a picture of him and is like, no black eye, no this, no that. I feel it's a work, or I feel a work coming.
Those punches were real. He didn't hit him in the eye. Why would there be a black eye? And then he hit him in the cheeks. I thought he was hitting him in the sides of his face over and over again. I didn't see him hit him in the eye. Did I miss something? Can I throw this in? I know this doesn't mean anything, but why did the promoter call Syko Stu a nigger? I hate even saying the word. But why did he even use that word? Can't wake the nigger up.
Well, I don't even.
Well, what? Honestly,
listen.
well, what?
No, you're right.
I went
You're
back.
right.
I said
If you're
yesterday,
gonna hold everybody accountable, yeah, hold everybody accountable, right?
I said yesterday, the point of the origin goes to this lousy fucking promoter, and I don't know what this is worth. I read somewhere that they had some sort of interest with WWE. WWE terminated whatever potential developmental tiny little thing was going on. They terminated that. Okay, this goes back to the
Right.
moronic promoter who calls everybody nigger. All right, you shouldn't have had this young man involved in this. This young black man, by the way, not the N word you throw around and call everybody, no matter what their skin color is, asshole. Okay, but you shouldn't have fucking had this guy in there anyway. After the beer can incident, like I said yesterday, you can't tell that this guy doesn't get it. What's wrong with you? You can't tell? You can't tell that he doesn't understand what this is all about. It's a show. It's a show. And he turned it into, I don't take that shit. I'm gonna fuck him
Well,
up. Blah,
I
blah,
think
blah,
I
blah.
think I
He
think the
got
root of it
carried
is
away with
money,
himself.
right? We were talking with Brian about Bubba the Love Sponge. Bubba the
Right.
Love Sponge, again, if everybody's thinking about it, this is your
Right.
best friend. He's having sex with your wife under your approval. You videotape it because you're so in love with Hulk Hogan, you're afraid he's going to dump you. And, you keep the tape knowing that he said this stuff, knowing if it got on the outside, it could virtually destroy him. What
Yeah,
kind
and
of
do what
friend is
else?
that? So my
And
point
do
is
what
with
else?
this,
Fill his
Jimmy,
wallet.
well, this is it. It's like, you know what? I'm going to make money. I'm just going to let this dude unload on one of my wrestlers, and
Right.
whatever happens,
Right.
happens.
Right. Sick as it sounds, even though whatever was going to possibly happen with WWE isn't going to happen, sick as it sounds, if he finds a way to stay together, he might do better with his promotion because he was only getting 3 people. Now he'll get 7.
I'm going to read this.
I,
I'm going to ask you a
I don't know.
comment, and then I'm going to go to comments in the chat.
Okay.
If indeed what I saw was what I saw, which is people before the show, during the day time, drinking, and you break a bottle, it was a fucking can, not a
It was
bottle.
a can.
So there you go,
It
Mark
wasn't a
Henry,
bottle.
with one of the biggest racists. You talk about racist, there he is.
Reverse.
King of the racist, okay?
Reverse racist on
A
parade, yeah.
bottle over a guy's head and talk trash like that guy was not going to do nothing. Yeah, you're at fault.
Moron. It's a moron. It's a moronic take. Promoter never should have hired the kid after the beer can incident. You never should have followed through with any of it. And then you're calling up and saying, oh, my bad. I love the response too. My bad. Well, I talk about somebody who knows that their father will try to get them out of anything or thinks their father
Well,
can get them out of
that's
anything.
what kind of makes me wonder, is it like kind of a work? It's like, what is this? But
Who
the fact of the
doesn't work
matter
like
is,
this? What kind
no,
of work is
I
that?
hear. Let me read comments. I'm going to ask you to respond. All right, let's see.
Yeah,
What I can
try.
pull
It
up for you.
depends on if it's smart or stupid. It all depends.
Let me see. B40.
Okay, B40.
Oh, he put
Looks
two
like
guys never
B40.
grow up, Flair or Marty Jannetty.
He's
It's a
right.
good comment. He's right.
No, he's
I
right.
can't
He's
disagree.
correct. He's correct about that. Yep.
Jay Hudson, the promoter
Okay.
out there drinking with the guys.
Yeah, come on. The whole thing just reeks of small time lameness.
Today's problem with promoters is too many marks and old guys.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Jay Will, unprofessional actions from Raja.
Oh, forget unprofessional. It's just inhumane. What the hell's going on there?
Yard Ape, Roger's going to get canceled before he goes to jail. Now with guys like Mark Henry around.
Yeah,
CP4, it's a work.
I don't know who would sign up for getting their skull hammered repeatedly by some, a cage fighter. But okay, if it is, it is.
Mark Henry talking about the old days is hilarious. He was given a $10 million contract out of the gate to start his career.
Mark Henry was great for 2 months with the pink suit and the threatening to retire. And he gets in the Hall of Fame. So
I just don't understand
delusion comes with the package.
how could that
And it's
guy
not a
have
Hall
the?
of Famer. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not. What on earth kind of curriculum do we have where Mark Henry is a Hall of Famer? Not in the day and age we grew up. Not in the day and age of the Attitude Era. Not in the day. What? How did he get in? How the fuck is he in? Seriously. And he is a reverse
I
racist.
want to know how the Busted Open crew doesn't hold him to task to that comment.
Oh, please.
Where's the
That's same with
balls? Where's the balls? You know what? If we had ever had the opportunity to be on Sirius XM, we wouldn't change. Where are the balls here?
Right. And what are you going to do? Beat us up for us asking where are your moral balls? Because that's what we're asking. We know where your balls are physically. We're not blind. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
you know, listen, if
You
you
know.
disagree with what happened to that psycho guy, right, then how could you even not go after Mark Henry on this?
Yeah, what is Mark Henry saying? That's what he would have done? You think he got this far in the business all these years and got put in the Hall of Fame by, like, being like that? He's so full of shit.
Well, you know, you think about it too. Wrestling is a dance, right? It's an unnatural dance, Jimmy. Like your body doesn't want to fall on its back. Your body doesn't want to get slammed. So everything you're doing is unnatural. So this guy's giving you his body, and you decide, okay, here's my opportunity just to unload on this dude.
Yeah. By the way, where is the internet cry for justice for Syko Stu and have him signed to WWE immediately? Where's the cry for that?
This is a strange.
You got Mark Henry.
World.
You got Mark Henry excusing him away. That's what we have now.
Shame on Mark Henry. Shame on him. He's a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said that the day
he is a piece of shit.
He said the day that he first met Hulk Hogan was like one of the greatest days of his life, and then he continues to trash him even afterwards. So it's like, yeah, okay, Mark. There's a guy who's been given too much power.
Kelly Osbourne all upset because Becky Lynch on Monday Night Raw was attacking Birmingham, and she said the best thing of Birmingham is dead. Kelly Osbourne not happy, and now the WWE writers are saying that Becky went off the script, which, by the way, is a work because they're trying to convince wrestling fans that they have no control over the wrestlers. So you never know what's going to happen week to week, everybody. Look out. They may go off script.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is about to take her foot, grease it up real good, turn it sideways, and stick it up her mouth. Fucking moronic fucking statement. Fucking dumb as fuck. What are you doing? That was ridiculous to do that. Ozzy's not even cold yet, and you take a dump on Ozzy's.
Wow, you're really bothered by that, huh?
I think it's shit. I thought it was shit. I never would have allowed that. Vince.
Wow, really?
This is not 1999, Mike.
It's pro wrestling, bro.
No, it's not pro wrestling when you throw Ozzy's like the only good thing in this city died a month ago. Fuck you, man. We're still feeling some fucking sores over Ozzy. Ozzy's not my friend. Let's not get carried away. It's not my friend.
No, I understand your love for Ozzy. I totally get it. I'm surprised though. When it comes to wrestling, I kind of feel like
it's not always all off limits. Like, for example, the time where Reed Flair was mentioned by Paige, that was shit.
That's classless, dude.
Well, I'll tell you
There's a difference. There's a difference, dude. Reed Flair OD'd.
Going to Birmingham, where Ozzy was, it's his city, okay? And Birmingham is a blue collar, rough place, all right? Those people really adored that man. He's basically everything to that city. We don't understand the culture over there, but I'll tell you this, they're very proud of their city in Birmingham. They're very proud of their football club. They have hundreds of years of history over there across the pond with that city. You don't say that about the emperor. He's everything that city is adores and is proud of. My God, there's statues of the band.
So then, okay. So I understand that. So then, why aren't you equally angry over the fact that she said that you guys have oppressed my people for a lifetime, talking about the English with the Irish?
Well, slow down. First of all, I'm actually, I know I'm adopted, but half my blood is Irish, and I am well aware of what goes on.
Again, which I thought was very funny, by the way.
Yeah. Well, they won't expect that. Nobody cares about that plight. Don't you see? It's selectiveness with the media. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. So nobody's going to say nothing about that. It's you know, the Ozzy thing, to me, it's obvious. Look, it doesn't make it okay if you say it a few years from now, but my God, soften the blow. What the hell? The guy just died. I
By
thought
the
it was
way,
shit.
B40, Mark Henry, hypocrite, rips Hogan, but friends with Flair, who called his best friend Teddy Long the N word to his face and gets
Right.
him fired at NWA days. You know, B40, you know a lot of shit, dude. And you know what?
Yeah.
That's such a true comment. Jimmy, I got to go back to the Ozzy
Hey.
thing. I don't know, dude. Is it just, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what if she would have said it 3 months later, like in December?
No, I actually think that that's something that you'd probably have to wait years for. I got to be honest. You know, and I'm sorry if you find it a little befuddling, but I can't really. It's kind of complex when it comes to Ozzy and Sabbath and Maiden and most of the core of their real audience, the millions of us, millions. There are millions of us. Mostly the core all live that lifestyle. We kind of lived the same way Ozzy did in many, many ways. No, I wasn't snorting ants, but I'll tell you what, though, as far as the lifestyle and the way he looked at things and the way he lived his life traveling and the gigging and everything, yeah, a lot of us can relate to that guy. There's something very real about him and always was. So when he passes away and it being that recent, yeah, it's going to light a fire under my ass. It really is. It would be like somebody like, I know Ozzy is to me probably what Vince McMahon is to you, which is what makes the show work. We couldn't be more different, but have similar loves for certain key things. But if Vince McMahon suddenly was, you know, getting the lines from on Tony Khan's show 3 weeks later, and something like that was fucking said, you would have been going
Sure.
ballistic. And you know
You're
what?
right.
Oddly
You're
enough,
right.
I would have been standing there right. I would have been going ballistic too.
You're right. You know
I
what? When
would
you
have
put it
too.
that way, Jimmy, I guess you know what I mean. I just sometimes I feel like in wrestling,
Yeah,
it's all bets
yeah.
are off, right? It's you know,
But
but again,
as you said,
I get
also
it.
though, as you said, also it's just wrestling. So let me hammer this home. Hey, Becky Lynch, congratulations! You're one of the most famous women wrestlers of all time. It's wonderful. But compared to Ozzy, in the cultural landscape of the world and the history of the world, you are a fucking pimple compared to Ozzy Osbourne. So go ahead,
Yeah,
say shit,
it's
because
true.
in death, Ozzy is larger than you'll ever be
And again, let's
here
not forget Becky Lynch was
and
one of the
now.
ones that refused to come out to tribute for Hulk Hogan. And you
Right,
wouldn't be you and
right,
your hubby wouldn't be making all the money you're making if it wasn't for that man. So at the bare minimum,
right.
show the respect that they
Yeah,
you know that your daughter gets to
yeah,
travel with you on buses, planes, and trains, right? And that
yeah.
you have so much fucking. It's like,
Come
you
on,
know, dude. I'm going to tell you this. So,
come on.
Clash in Paris is coming up. I want to go through a few matches, get your answers. We'll call it a night. But I will tell you
All right.
this, and I'm going to make this clear. I ain't getting ESPN for $29.99. I could give a
Yeah, I got a
flying
problem.
fuck. I have no clue.
I'm glad you brought that up. We do have a problem, Mike. We have a problem, and you know what? In a way, maybe we don't, because we used to cover more of the regular stuff that's going on, but we haven't lately because it's like I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of reasons for that. But when I got wind that they now want to add another, you know, bunch of dollars to my monthly stuff, I was like, you know something? Now you're starting to push me. Now, this is where things get interesting, Mike, because you know I always talked about it, and I always felt that they're in good hands and stuff. But once you get too greedy and you're not giving enough back, the public is going to tell you, "Fuck off."
And this is where the door opens for AEW, right?
There you
Not that
go.
they're any cheaper, but here I will say
Or
this,
any
Jimmy.
smarter.
Well,
They're not smart.
you're 100% right, but here's the thing. The real thing you said was you're going to raise my money and not give me something in return.
No,
If
not what?
WWE pay-per-views were so great, every one you
Right.
went to, it would be like, I might have to pay. I might
Yeah.
have to fork the money.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Considering the shit I've seen
Mm-hmm.
this year, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I could, you know, and let's put it this way
Mm-hmm.
too. You can get the package, right? I think it's Hulu, Disney, and ESPN for $29.99. So, but here's the thing: there's not enough shit on Hulu, right? I have Hulu, right? I don't watch Disney. I'm not a Marvel guy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what, at my age, I ain't paying $29.95. I'm just
No,
not doing it.
I'm horrified by that. They can fuck off.
Dude, that's fucking.
That's a problem.
It's a fuck
It's a
that for that to watch a
it's a
fucking
huge
lousy
problem.
pay per view.
And you know what's funny too? It used to be, I know that they still call it episodic television, but when we were dropping 49.95 or whatever it was back in the day, think about how those shows were ending. We were looking at Stone Cold and The Rock staring at each other, or Undertaker's got Austin up on a cross, or whatever, a Foley, whatever it was, you had to see it. When was the last time we turned on and then turned off a program at the end? You just had to see what happened next. When was the last time?
It's been a while.
How often does that happen? They do not motivate you at all. It's become, and I think it's also because of roster overload. There are too many opportunities nowadays on the top tier. There's just too many wrestlers, so you get this big giant mishmash, and you lose your passionate feeling for true upper card because everybody's normally in the middle outside of what, maybe 4 people. It's just not the same. I think the whole middle ground has become so diluted, and that's what's lost. In the old days, the Intercontinental belt was almost right there with it, the main title. Now everything is like,
Jimmy, and
even
you know
the
what?
world title is feeling
They're
like filler. The only
literally-
time it feels special when they bring in the big names. It's like, guys, you really are.
They're killing their biggest star.
Yeah.
How does Roman feel to you, right? Remember we used to talk about Roman, like, man, this guy is big time. Like, his matches are must-see television, right?
Right. We're in a
Now
difficult
it's
time.
like, now
We're in a
he's
difficult time.
opening pay-per-views, dude. It's like,
Because
what?
he's not. See, here's the difference. We're in a very tricky time right now because he is not the guy anymore. Things have been discussed behind the scenes. I think Roman wants to slow down. I think that they want to make the next big stars, and I don't think they've got them or know how to make them. That's a problem. That's a huge problem.
Right.
Okay, because who's coming up? Who's coming up, Mike? I think of the Steiner kid. Who else is coming up? Who's coming up?
And he listen, with all as good as he is, he does not have star written all over him. I'm
No,
fucking
he's not
sorry. You
going to
want
be
to
able
sell?
to carry a. He's not going to be able to carry a whole company. No.
No, he's not that guy.
No, he's not that guy. He is not that guy, and they're going to have to figure out what they're doing here. I don't know who that next guy is now. And look, Vince always, and with Vince gone, this is probably not going to get solved.
I agree with you.
Vince always knew who the next guys were in his mind, and he knew that through obstinate, consistent, stubborn booking, like he did with Roman for years until Roman was finally accepted, that's how you make them. I remember when Randy Orton was building his resume and John was building his resume. Randy Orton, until 5 years ago, true or false, Mike, we've been doing this show 8 years now. Randy Orton was always criticized and never loved and accepted.
Right.
All those fucking years where Randy was booked like a fucking stud. And we knew he was a stud. We always said he was a stud, but all the critics, what are you giving him that opportunity? Same thing with Roman. What are you giving him that opportunity? Vince knew what he was fucking doing. Austin Theory. When Austin Theory first came in, Vince had eyes for doing something there. Well, you've seen what's happened now. He wanted to make sure that there was going to be those next great crop of young guys, and he would obstinately stick to the.
You know what, dude? You know what? If Vince saw something in Austin Theory, then there's something there, and they fucking destroyed it.
They pulled.
Listen, it goes back to the fact that we talked to Brian.
He beat John Cena at WrestleMania. Vince was tracking him. He was going to, and you know what? If you continue to push him that way, and he continued to be a fucking arrogant asshole. He's built like a fucking statue. What a weasel. It would have worked. He could have done it. He could have pulled it off. Vince could have pulled it off.
Well, again, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, New Day, Paul Heyman, they all say, fuck you. I'm telling you, and Brian said the same thing, and you said the same thing. Vince McMahon's there. They'll have their asses out in that fucking stage.
They would.
Now, again, you could get your asses out on the stage and be like, Oscar, and look like you could be like, this is the last place you want to fucking be. But at least you're out there. You know what I mean? You don't have to act like you're fucking jubilant about it, right?
Well, you could at least, if you're Oscar, pretend for at least a couple of minutes that Ichiban was very important to Asian wrestling. Can you do that for a few minutes? Can you at least not, sit there with I don't know, bro. Am I being too critical here?
No, you're not. Not at all.
What did Hogan mean to New Japan Wrestling? Hello. Hello. I love it, too, when people try to put bullets through Hogan. It's like, what are you talking about? He's global. He was the man in Japan. They adored him. He's the man wherever he went.
All I know is on today's show we didn't have Princess Victoria, but we
Would
did.
you stop already? Oh my God!
We did speak about a transgender murderer. Another guy that takes liberties. Mark Henry's racism.
Right.
Becky Lynch's sarcastic comments. The great Karrion Kross. The great Brian Blair. Let me ask you this: pick one.
Yeah.
Clash of Paris. Becky Lynch. Nikki Bella.
Becky.
Yeah, me too. Roman Reigns trying to get his sneakers back. Oh my God, how the great King Roman is fallen.
Are they putting them on a pole?
No, but it's like
Why
he's
not?
trying to get his. He took his sneakers, Jimmy. He took his sneakers. He took his kicks.
That's his tribal footwear. What the? I'm outraged.
I can't.
That has got to be one of the worst stipulations I've ever heard. But Roman gets his shoes back. Go on.
Cena Logan. I'm sorry, guys. John Cena cannot keep up with Logan Paul. This is going to be a bad match. Even Logan Paul can't make this one work, dude.
Well, if they convince Lesnar to get on a plane, Logan Paul's going to win this through Lesnar's interference.
But I'm just talking for the match. Logan Paul can wrestle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Logan Paul can really, really go. So he's going to have to practice this week with a broom or something. He's going to have to do something.
Like, here's the other thing too. When I look at that, you had one of the hottest heel turns, and I don't know how you guys fucked this up. I just don't.
They just dropped it. That's what Triple H does. He's been dropping, so he just drops it.
Triple H, I'm losing favor with the guy as far as running this organization, dude. But anyway,
I'm a little concerned.
Then you got that. I think we got the 4-way match. I think it's Jay, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Gunther. Is it Gunther?
Well, Seth is leaving with his title. He just got it. So.
Well, you know, all roads are going to WrestleMania, Roman and Seth, right? I mean, right. But again, I won't be watching it because I'm not paying $29.95.
Yeah. They really put. You know what, Mike? We might have to just go to the bar, whatever. You know,
or just watch it on YouTube.
That's true.
This is where the WWE makes a mistake. They should be like, don't post anything on YouTube, X, or anything at least for 24 hours.
What are you saying that for? Triple H watches, and you know he does. What'd you say that for? That's a good idea, Mike.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Picking on my belly.
Hey, look, he still looks good, man.
I think he looks great.
I'll stand by that one. That's for sure.
Come on, Triple H. Keep the product going. What are you making me
I want to remind everybody we'll be live next Friday with Marty Jannetty in studio. So it should be a little bit of fun. Hopefully Marty behaves. Can't guarantee it, but you know how it is. Jimmy, another great 2 shows. I want to thank Brian Blair and Karrion Kross for appearing this week. I want to thank Princess Victoria for coming on the show.
Stop. Didn't come on the show.
Oh, she wasn't on the show?
No, she wasn't on the show. But it's 90 views later? Shut up. Let's just stop it. You're so mean. I can't. I'm just tired.
Very excited, Jimmy.
Sick and tired of the wrestling world.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Send us on our way, buddy.
You've been watching Monte and the Pharaoh. And until next week when we piss off some more people. Later.